Hello YouTube. I said hello. Are you there? Yeah, you're there. Hello. Right. I woke up this morning and it was frosty. So, time to admit, I hate getting cold hands. I'm paranoid about getting cold hands, and I get cold hands, and I thought I'd share my experience of keeping my hands warm with you. So, here we go. So here's five warm fingers and tips on keeping your hands warm while out mountain biking. First and foremost, get a pair of gloves that fit. These Briscoe gloves, they're not winter gloves, they're for cool weather, but they fit me perfectly. They're the best gloves I've bought in years and years due to in terms of size. There's just enough room in there. They're not too tight, they're not too big, they fit nicely. These are just great gloves. So a pair of gloves that fit you nicely. I like these so much, I've just bought another pair. So gloves that fit are important. Why? Well, if you've ever been camping, slept in a sleeping bag, the theory is the same basically. You need to have room for your hand to breathe. You need, like in a sleeping bag, your body needs to be able to breathe, but basically what happens is the heat from your hand heats the inside of the glove that then in turn keeps your hand warm. If it's too tight, your hand can't breathe properly. I don't know why, but if it's too tight, your hands can't breathe properly. And if it's too loose, there's too big of an area for your hands to warm. Case in point, I bought these fantastic winter gloves, not for cycling, but generally just snowballs and whatnot. My hands get cold in them. And this is 30-40 pounds worth of winter gloves, but they are just a little bit too big, and therefore my hands don't stay warm. So tip 2, if your gloves are a little bit too big, don't fret, because a glove liner. So these glove liners, these are just, I don't know what they are, some kind of nylon, polyester, I don't know. But these glove liners are running gloves made by Carrymore. Inside another pair of gloves gives you an extra layer of insulation, and perfectly inside these gloves, for instance, my hands are toasty. So if you have gloves that are just a little bit too big, get a liner. These are like £3 or £4 from Sports Direct. Totally recommend them. Third tip, specialist gloves. They've got these are designed to be waterproof. They've got an internal layer in them. You know that annoying sensation when you pull your hand out of gloves and you pull the inner part of the glove out. Well, that's the extra layer inside that gives you some extra insulation. What you'll notice here is they come further down the wrist, so that adds a little bit extra insulation for your hand. Keep your hand warm, and when your sleeves are down on your jersey, it just means there's less way of air getting in. Tip number 4, put warm hands in your gloves. If you've got cold hands and you put them in your gloves won't warm your hands up. They will keep your hands warm. That's something that's really important to remember. But gloves will keep your hands warm, but they won't warm your hands up. Tip 5 is, if your hands do get cold, you need to warm them up before you put them back in your gloves. Ideally, you want to be keeping your gloves warm and your hands warm. So let's say you've had to do some kind of trail repair, fix a puncture or whatever, something a little fiddly that's meant you've had to take your gloves off. Your fingers and hands are going to get cold. So what can you do? You put them under your armpits, keep you warm. Obviously you've got a jacket on or something, so perhaps what you want to do is get them inside and keep warm. Get your hands warm before you put them back in the gloves. And actually, on that note, while you're doing the repairs, why not put your gloves somewhere warm to keep them warm? That way you've got warm gloves and warm hands. There's nothing worse than getting cold hands when you're out on the trail. I've been there and I felt sick. I can't move, I can't function, I can't concentrate. Simply put, getting cold hands is a game stopper for me. So, quick summary. Good gloves. Get another pair of good gloves. Maybe get some glove liners. Specialist gloves. Warm hands into warm gloves. Definitely a winning combo. And keep your hands warm on the trail. And if you like this video, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And there's some other videos on here. I haven't decided what they are yet, but have a look at them too. I'll see you next time.